morning, Wiser Nation. Good to see us all. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you today? This is day 30. Wiserians, here we are. Let me mention some of the names I see. Emmanuel Livinus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We go again by the grace of God. Amina, welcome. Bulebi, so glad to have you here. Toyin, welcome. Hope Ibe, The Faithfulness. Olutomi, Lacey, good morning. Chiwendu Perpetual, good morning. Selassie, happy to have you here this morning. Stephanie Williams, good morning. Nancy Oamen, my darling mom, happy to have you here. Donalyn, welcome. Chiero Biobasi, good to see you. George, my love, good morning. Ayo Alesse, Michael Okorie, Eme Odoro, Kayode, blessings on you and yours. It's day 30, Ify. Nancy Dehe, thank you so much for everything that you do for us, for me and this community. Grace Shalom, good morning. Dennis, Omotain say good morning. MC Love Diamond, God bless you. Ogechi to go. Tata E, my darling sister, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for being here. Sosa, God bless you, bro. Ikechuku, Olufumi, Land Jet, good morning. I can't wait to meet some of you that I have never met before. Wiser Live will give us more opportunity to meet. So I'm looking forward to those who are coming in person, those who are joining virtually. I believe the platform we would use will be able to see your faces as well. That's the hope and the desire. So we can see each other. I really am looking forward to that Saturday, the 13th of January. Yeah, thank you. Good morning and welcome. This morning we are jumping into Proverbs Chapter 30. So let's do this together. All right. Verses 1 and 2 say, the skeptic swore, there is no God. No God. I can do anything I want. I am more animal than human. So-called human intelligence escapes me. Another version says, only a fool says there is no God, because it is almost beneath human intelligence to deny the existence of a greater one who is a grand overall designer, one whose intelligence goes beyond human interpretation and the ability to fathom in completeness. How is it that we're still discovering the worlds millions of years after its creation? Could it really be that random? Human intelligence is sharp enough to say, no, there is a God. We may not understand him in his fullness, but he's there. Or some people will say, she's there. God is there. I flunked wisdom. I see no evidence of a holy God. Has anyone ever seen anyone climb into heaven and take charge, grab the winds, control them, gather the reins in his bucket, take out the ends of the earth? Just tell me his name. Tell me the names of his son. Come on now, tell me. This person who says there's no God is challenging us to say, if you have seen anybody who has gone to heaven and come back, point to them. Tell me what you saw. The evidence of the precision of creation is more than enough for us. It's incredibly, overwhelmingly clear that he's there and he's in charge of this universe and the laws that the universe operates. These laws couldn't have come into existence by themselves. The laws that are there benefiting the good, the bad, the evil, the laws are there, created by him. Hallelujah. The believer replied, every promise of God proves true. He protects everyone who runs to him for help. So don't second guess him. He might take you to task and show up your lies. God shows up. But we've also seen in previous chapters that the wise one wouldn't spend unnecessary time with the skeptic, with the foolish one, trying to convince him. You might end up getting a slap. You might end up getting woes for your intervention. So at some point, you let them be and you know what you hold on to. Then he prayed, God, I ask for two things before I die. That the righteous is praying, the wise one is praying. Before I die, Lord, don't refuse me, please. Number one, banish lies from my lips and liars from my presence. Don't allow me tell lies, and don't allow me hang out with those who tell lies. Allow me stay in the truth. Let me have the boldness, the confidence to stay in the place of truth. And let it be that those who I have the privilege of interacting with are also people of truth. Then number two, give me food enough to live on, neither too much nor too little. If I'm too full, I might get independent and say, who needs God? But if I'm poor, I might also steal and dishonor the name of my God. So allow me live in contentment, enough for today. Enough for today. This verse right here, if it gives an instruction, the instruction is appreciate the enough that you have today. Whilst we are working towards more, how much are we appreciating the enough of today? The enough of today. One of the things that I really look forward to at the Wiser Live event is the developing of our philosophies for the year. The philosophies that would guide us. Look, philosophies are so powerful. They control existence. They control existence. For example, I operate, one of the different philosophies that I operate is hunger doesn't kill. That's a philosophy. Somebody might call it another name. It's a philosophy. Hunger doesn't kill. And this philosophy is based on science that shows that it is easier to die of hopelessness than to die of physical hunger. Once someone has hope of receiving food, sustenance, refreshment, science has shown that they are able to live over 2 months without eating food. Their bodies will still be functioning as long as they have hope that food is coming. Of course, we've heard the stories of people who have gone on a hunger strike and done hunger strike for 3 months, 4 months, because they were trying to make a point and they were alive. Why were they alive? They had the hope that their hunger strike will not be in vain. I think there was one of those books about an Asian man in a prison trying to make a point for Christianity. If I'm not mistaken, it was Yonggi Cho or somebody like that wrote that book. I'm not sure. Please, if you know about it, write it there. And I think he was on that hunger strike for over 4 months, if I'm not mistaken, for months, but he didn't die. Why? His mind sustained him. So that's the philosophy. Hunger doesn't kill. So if I have no food today, I am fine. I will not be deterred from the movement to my future because I have no food today. But there's some people that the moment they don't have food, they don't have what is required for physical food, all hell breaks loose. Oh God, you have abandoned me. What are me and my children going to eat? Oh my God, we are finished. Hey God, but I serve you. How can it be? Hey, I've been. Oh God, we have suffered too much that in this whole house there is no food to eat. But when your philosophy is unquenched, hunger doesn't kill. You gather your children and you will pump them up with what is more than food, to the point where your mind will produce solutions that you can exchange for food because you no longer have regard for food. Why? The philosophy that hunger doesn't kill. At that Wiser Day, we would have some time to create some philosophies that would keep you. I was speaking with somebody recently, and that temptation to keep living day to day just because you want to have enough to eat. It really limits many of us from thinking about how to own the lake. We're thinking about how to fish, to have fish to eat. Come on, it's takeover conversations now to think of how to own the lake. That's a philosophy that changes the way you see it. There are some arguments you will never find yourself involved in anymore because those arguments are about food to eat. Somebody steals 2,000 naira from you, but because it was going to affect your food money, you want to sit down there and tear cloth. You are bigger than that. You are big. You are, come on. So let us start creating. If we can have five solid philosophies that you will thrive on in the year 2024. Five. In fact, I dare say if you have three alone, and we'll see how to craft philosophy. So if you haven't given it a thought to attend the Wiser Live event, that day is not about studying the book of Proverbs. That day is about taking what we've learned from Proverbs and doing practical lessons, not lessons, practical workshops where you are writing, you're devising your new year, you're devising the philosophies, you're devising your dreams for the year, what your vision board looks like, what the outcomes will be at the end of the year, and we'll have the specific goals and plans on how to execute. You would also have your personal development plan for the year based on some answers or some questions that you would have answered in the course of the day. All of these premised on the development of the mindset for winning in the year. Thankfully, Coach Ella Omachi will be starting the day off with that, preparing our minds for the year. You know, she's a thought doctor. She's going to show us the exact way with a particular tool, a particular exercise to go into the mindset for winning the year. Then I will continue the session. Coach Tumininu will come and take us on personal development plan, how to set up your personal development plan for the year. Tumininu has some incredible testimonials from people who she took on this process earlier this year. She took them on this process of preparing their development plans for the year, and she shared with me some dangerous testimonies. Some of them, the jobs they were looking to work at the beginning of the year, they said that this is the kind of job they want by December. By the time some of them were getting such job offers at the end of this year, they no longer want those jobs because they've moved on to more. Why? If you can't set the right goals, you will miss all. Please, 13th January is it. Nancy, this is a good time. Nancy Idehe, this is a good time to drop in the group that link where people can show interest. Those who want to register should put in there. And then you would also we would have the link for people to pay is ready, but we put it out yesterday to test. So those people who are paying from anywhere in the world, there's a link that has been set up. You would have it by later this morning. The account details are also there. I think we've had almost 9 or 10 people pay already. So we're making progress. Come on, everybody, say we're making progress. Verse 10, let's jump into verse 10 together. Verse 10 says, don't blow the whistle on your fellow workers. Don't blow the whistle on your fellow workers behind their backs. They'll accuse you of being underhanded, and then you'll be the guilty one. If you blow the whistle on fellow workers behind their backs, they will accuse you of being underhanded, and then you will become the guilty one. So as much as we believe in whistle blowing, remember yesterday we talked about the ability to speak to your colleague and call them out face to face. Let them know. So yes, we understand the need or the perceived need for anonymity when whistleblowing is taking place. Wisdom is actually telling us here that you might be seen as the guilty one, which is fine. So if you are ready for that, it's okay. Else, it might be better for you to call them out face to face and then go report. I did it. I am the one taking. I'm not going behind your back. You know that I'm going to do it. And this, I'm giving you this opportunity to let this up so that we can do this way. Else, please, by all means. Verse 11 says, don't curse your father or fail to bless your mother. It can take light away from your eyes. It can take light away. There's another scripture that says so. Regardless, don't curse them. Don't fail to bless them. Bless them, honor them, give to them, love them, be kind to them. He didn't say you have to like them. For those who have had major issues and why they cannot like their parents, it didn't say anywhere you have to like them. It says honor them, bless them, and be successful. Because I know I'm not going to discount some of the challenging situations that people have been with. And, yes, we say forgive and forget. You can forgive, but you are not made by nature to forget. You can forgive and create situations that doesn't allow you stay in the same environment all the time. That you don't want to continuously be associated with does not mean you haven't forgiven. You forgive, you care, you bless. You just don't have to stay in there if the situation, the circumstances haven't changed. Someone was speaking to me recently about a very abusive relationship she had with her parents, extremely abusive that they all had, and it continues. So she blesses them, she sends her love to them, but she doesn't go visit us. She doesn't go spend nights at their place. She can go spend 1 hour, greet everybody, drop this, and she's out because the toxicity is a lot. And so she doesn't get into quarrels, fight. Oh, praise God, you are well. Thank God I brought this. So, yeah, I don't go. Direction, decisions, philosophies. Don't imagine yourself to be quite presentable when you haven't had a bath in weeks. Funnily, when I read this the first time, I was astonished. I was astonished because my mind immediately went to not a physical bath. It actually went to a mind bath. It went to a personal development bath. It went to a renewal bath. And of course, the physical, you haven't had a bath in weeks. You haven't brushed your teeth in weeks. You haven't shaved your pits in weeks. You haven't ensured that you're going through good hygiene practices and you think you're presentable. It's just not right. This outfit you're wearing, you wear at home every day. You haven't washed it in 7 days in the heat and there's been sweat. It's unfair to yourself to think you're presentable and you come out to talk to your neighbor, and your neighbor will not have the guts to tell you that you're smelling. You know you haven't washed this shirt in 3 days with this kind of sweat. No matter who you are, your body will be giving off emissions that will turn to some sort of smell. So don't assume that you are larger than life, that you can stay without changing your shirt for 3 days and having a bath and you'll be all right. No, don't do it. Don't do it. And then someone says, is your body smelling? And I'll say, can you imagine this person told me I'm smelling? Duh. Please help yourself. Help yourself and help the people around you, please. I'm begging you in the name of the Lord. Help yourself and help the people around you. Don't be stuck up and think you're better than anyone else. Joyce, are you hearing that you have all the experience of and all the wins does not mean that you should become stuck up and think you are better than other people around you. Please don't do this. Please do not do it. The temptation will come. Remind yourself, we are work in progress. That's another philosophy. We are work in progress. Verse 14, don't be greedy, merciless, and cruel as wolves, tearing into the poor and feasting on them, shredding the needy to pieces, only to discard them. We cannot be users of men only to discard them. Now, on the flip side, should you feel used and discarded, I suggest, and I suggest strongly that you never stop yourself from addressing it or talking about it with the person who you feel used by and discarded by. You work with someone and you think they used you and discarded you, express it to them and ask them what could have been wrong. Tell them, I feel used and discarded. Is there something I'm missing? Because that's how I feel. If we are not able to talk about it and unpack it, chances are we will build a certain level of resentment that might make us cynical in certain ways and thereby stop us from ever serving people anymore and missing opportunities. So if you feel used and discarded by anyone now, please bring out your pen, write their name down, and reach them today and express yourself and say, I do feel used. And if you cannot say it, type it today and say, I feel used and discarded by you. I served this and I thought, I had hoped we will go to this. Maybe I'm the one who misunderstood it, but this is how I feel. Now, the idea for this exercise is more about you letting it out than it is about whether they apologize or not. So whether the person apologizes or not, look, is not the reason for this exercise. The reason for this exercise is to bring it out of you to the person, not to a third party, while the primary person responsible, well, in your eyes, doesn't have a clue. The Bible is clear. When you are offended by someone, go to that person and tell them. After that, if they do not apologize, if it's apology you're looking for and they do not apologize, you can bring a third party or a second party and say, see this person who I reported to her, she has not said anything, she has not changed her ways. And then if all of that doesn't work, then go to the elders. But by all means, express yourself today. Tell them, I feel used. And if it has never happened to you, then don't allow anybody use you. And there is a philosophy about not being used. There is a philosophy about not being used. But this is a stern warning to us. Do not use anyone and discard them. What does it also mean? Let's have very clear terms of engagement. If you are engaging somebody in a task, on a job, be clear. This is what I'm expecting from you, and this is what I'm giving you in exchange. Please, on both ways, if you are the one offering the terms, let it be what's your truth. And if you are the one being offered the terms and you think those terms are not good enough, don't accept it with the silent, secret hope that tomorrow it will change. No, that will lead to offense, because when it doesn't change after a few days, you get offended. And let me take the job. They said they'll pay me only 70,000. Anyway, with this economy that we're seeing, so well, let's take the job. I'm sure after 1 month or two, they will increase it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Ask if it will be increased in 2-3 months. If the answer is no, and you know this 70K they're offering you, no go fit, leave it. Please. This year, going forward, 2024 is the year that we are clearer and we are bolder to say what it is we want and what we'll accept and what we'll not accept. That you accept a certain amount to do a certain job, but you feel it's not up to what you deserve, and then you decide to give less than you should have. You have only succeeded in cheating yourself and your destiny. Don't do it. If you cannot take it and give your best, leave it. That fear of missing out has made many of us make serious mistakes. If I don't take this 70,000 they're offering me now, I will miss the job. But when you get there, you're frowning, you're not happy, you don't show up, you not tell them, is it on top of the 70,000 that people expect me to be here every day? But that's what you accepted. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's now you being cruel to you and to the person you accepted to work with. Don't do it. So we are all agreeing we will not be cruel to others. We will not allow people to be cruel to us as best we can control. We will be clear. Verses 15 and 16, a freeloader has twin daughters. Give me, give me more. Give me more. Everything is give me, and give me some more. Three things are never satisfied. No, there are four that never say that's enough. Thank you. Number one, hell. Hell will never be satisfied. It continues to find people to populate it. Two, a barren womb. A barren womb wants to carry a child. A barren womb wants to carry babies. And it is almost impossible to satisfy that womb until the baby is there. Now, even when there is that agreement that, well, okay, we accept, there will still be that hunger that this womb should carry a child. Parched land, a land that is dry will always want water, will always want to be hydrated. Forest fire, looking for more to burn. These will never be satisfied. A barren womb can be linked with a womb for creating solutions for life. Call it business, call it ministry. Until you are clear as to that child, that thing that your year will be about, that baby you are birthing in 2024, that project, concept, idea that you are birthing in 2024, you will not be satisfied. You can't just be in the rat race living another year. No, there will be that one thing that you want this year to give, and it will not be based only on prophecy. It will be based on prophecy that you are prophesying to yourself, and also on the plans you have in place, with the willingness and the clear strategy to achieving those plans and those goals. An eye that disdains a father and despises a mother, that eye will be plucked out by wild vultures and consumed by young eagles. This one responds to a verse we read earlier just now about don't curse your parents and bless your mother. Don't curse your father, bless your mother. If the eye is disdainful to the parents, see, there are just certain laws. You are opening the eyes for vultures to pluck them out. Don't do it. Don't do it. 4 mysteries. 3 things amaze me. No, 4 things I'll never understand. Number 1, how an eagle flies so high in the sky. You will never understand it, but you can appreciate it. You can enjoy it. How a snake glides over a rock. It has no feet. How are the muscles moving and the bones moving to glide over the rock? How a ship navigates the ocean without streets and street signs, yet the ship knows how to move. You're moving high sea, you can't see anything, but you know exactly how to move. And why adolescents act the way they do. Adolescents, what we might call teenagers and young adults, twins, teens, and the young adults, those between, I think, 11 and 21, how they act, why they act the way they do. Many of them at that age, they don't want to have a public display of affection. Mommy, please don't hug me here. Daddy, please don't touch me. Mom, many, not all, many don't smile anymore. They say they're happy, but they don't smile. They're talking to you, face is straight, they're edgy, they're touchy. It's amazing, right? Don't break your head too much, but understand how to work with them without breaking them, without getting angry, without snapping at them all the time. Why is your face always like this? Come on, smile. No, it's clear here. The way you don't understand how a snake moves is how you don't understand how an adolescent behaves. So accept it. Have you gone to shout at that snake that was, how did you move? Why are you moving like this? Won't you bring out your leg? No. So don't be shouting at your teenagers like that. Are you mad? Is there something wrong with you? So when their faces are like that and they just, I love you, my baby. Okay. Mommy, don't touch me. Okay. You'll be all right. When you understand this, you won't be angry all the time as a parent. Can you imagine this one? I was talking to her face was just this. I was talking to him. You're always angry. No, you don't. Do you now know how an eagle flies? So how do you know why this adolescent? Relax. Say relax. Please write it there. Relax. Or like my aunt at Tikichi will say relax. Relax is for one person. Relax is for 2 people. If you're speaking to one person, say relax. If you're speaking to 2, then you can say relax. Parents, please, please, please. We may never understand it. We can accept them and continue to guide them in love. Stop taking your children everywhere for deliverance and for counseling. Let me go and drop them in your auntie, drop in your auntie's house. Maybe she'll be able to talk to you. This your face that's always like this. Let me go and talk to Pastor this. Come after service. Let me take you to Pastor Joe. Pastor Joe, still, this boy, every time frowning, this girl, she's just always, so you've taken them everywhere and it's piling on. It's piling on. You're taking them. Come and talk to this, my daughter. Come and talk to this, my son. Can you imagine? Everybody come and talk to her. Oh, is she the only one that was a teenager? When I was a teenager, I didn't do this. Oh, yay. Relax. Relax. Verse 20 says, here's how a prostitute operates. I remember yesterday or 2 days ago, we talked about a prostitute being anything that would take resources from you. Take resources from you and not add any value to your purpose, to your destiny. It takes resources from you, but adds nothing. Takes resources from you, gives you pleasure for the moment, yet does not translate to improved destiny, improved purpose. In fact, it takes away from you. And all of this usually done in secret. So yes, the prostitute, the physical man or woman prostitute, plus all the other prostitutes that might be besetting us. Here's how a prostitute operates. She has sex with her client, takes a bath, and then says, who's next? So it's not only you. There are many people in line that would go through this same process with the prostitute if we are not aware. There's nothing special about you that this prostitute wants from you. You are just another one. Joyce, are you hearing? Any prostitute that wants to take from you and makes you feel special in that moment when you're exchanging value, when you are giving of your value and you think you are special to this person, be aware. Be aware. That is a lie. You are not. You are another person. You are just, oh no, be aware. 4 intolerables. Verse 21 to 23. If this is making sense to you so far, please write MS in the chat. Everybody in fact, if it's making sense to you, this is a good time to like the video. Like the video and share it. Share it with someone. This is day 1 but last. Share it. Share this video right now. This is a good time to share it. After writing that MS, go down there and click on that like. And if you're watching the replay or the recording, drop a comment now. This is the time to drop that comment right there. Right there. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. All right, verses. Thank you. I'm seeing your responses. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The number of people on the call have actually increased, so I think people are sharing. 3 things are too much for even the earth to bear. Yes, 4 things. Now, somebody's asking, why do I ask people to write MS from time to time? Why do I ever ask people to take action, to like something, to touch, to write? Why? It's for engagement, and the engagement is not necessarily about the YouTube algorithm. While you're watching me, it is possible you get distracted by your tea. You're making tea, and before you know it, you notice something on the table that you have not cleaned, and you start cleaning your table while your TV is on. You're listening to Wiser, all in trying to pick up the tea from the table. You picked the tea, then you noticed that there was one powder that poured on the table. You start cleaning it, and while you're cleaning it, you notice that something else is by the side. Before you know it, you're distracted. You're not listening anymore. But when I say write MS, I call your attention back. I go, it's true. Okay. And then you might leave that thing you were doing. So it's not only about the YouTube algorithm. No, it's about your attention. And for anybody who is making presentations anywhere in the world, from time to time, intermittently during your presentation, there are different ways to get people to engage. Whether you're meeting them face to face or it's virtual like this, you ask the people to use the chat to do something. It stirs up the reconnection between you and your audience. If this is something you haven't been doing before, when you speak online, and sometimes you say, oh, Joyce, I wonder why nobody was even in the chat. What did you tell them to write in the chat? And what was the purpose? How did you link it in? We have in Wiser, we have created our own MS that makes sense. But therefore, sometimes I say write write something else so that your engagement increases, it comes back. You hear teachers say, if all well, mostly pastors that do it, pastors will say, what's that thing this guy was so upset about? He said, pastors will say, hello. Everybody say hi. The guy was like, this thing upsets me. But many pastors say hello and hi to be sure that you were sleeping and now you're back awake. They will say hello. Some will say, praise the Lord. You will answer hallelujah. The praise the Lord is not necessarily about praising the Lord. It's about, are you awake? So let's jump into verses 23 to 21. 3 things are too much to bear, even for the earth to bear. 3 things are too much for even the earth to bear. Yes, 4 things shake the foundations of the earth. Number 1, when the janitor becomes the boss, when the security guard becomes the boss, the cleaner becomes the boss, the gate man, the doorman becomes the boss. How did this person go from here to being the oga? When from nowhere, the person who was supposed to be number 7 or number 4 in terms of the results of the primaries is now the person who receives the Supreme Court judgment that you're the governor of the state. You know, it shakes the earth. The earth can't bear it. 2, when a fool gets rich, it's perplexing. Nobody can understand it. It's annoying and shaking everyone. This person is such a fool. So how come she got rich? How come they're rich? When a prostitute is voted woman of the year, and when a girlfriend replaces a faithful wife. These things are alarming, bothering, and even the earth cannot bear it. Do they happen? Yes. They will stun you as well as they stun the earth. You know, when you see it in this light of these things happen, it manages even your pain if it happens to you that a janitor is promoted over you. And that pain is about to consume you and destroy you and even cause you to what's the word you want to quit. And then just remembering that even the earth, wisdom tells us that even the earth notices this thing. It has a way of managing your hurt and goes, there's really nothing new under the sun. You know, I've had some people who've made some major decisions because they were angry and were not able to put the anger in focus. For example, I hear or I've heard of situations where a new boss was brought into an organization and said, oh, everybody in this organization is going to go through a retooling. So first of all, we're going to start by taking tests and exams to be sure that you even should be where you are, this place where you are, we should be sure that you can even manage it. So we're going to give everybody exams. And if you don't make the exam, then we'll have other conversations. And somebody who has been in the organization for 10 years, 20 years, the wife, I'm saying the wife because, you know, there's the girlfriend. Number 4 here says the girlfriend, right? That replaces the wife. So the wife is now upset, and I'm just please using this word very loosely. The staff who's been there for so long is so upset. Like, how dare have served in this organization 11 years, 12 years, 17 years, and somebody from nowhere comes in here and tells me I should write a test to be sure I qualify to be here. How dare them? Can you imagine? After all I've done for this organization, is this how they treat me? What? You're justified in your anger. And then you write your resignation letter, you drop it, and you leave. You just really might be justified in your anger. I have other questions. Where you're leaving to, do you know? Do you have an idea? Are you sure you're ready to leave? Was it worth living in anger and impulse? Supposing this exam that is coming is able to make you better. They throw the exam your way and you go, wow, actually in the last 3 to 4 years, have I even gone back to look through? Remember that scripture about don't think you are presentable when you've not had a bath in days. Could this be a bath in intellect? Could this test coming your way be a bath in intellect? that it will cause you to open books you haven't looked at in years. You study, you improve yourself, you write the test, you pass. And then who have you become now that you wrote the test and you did better? Have you become somebody whose eyes are clearer? By the time you're studying and reading, perhaps you go, truly, I think I've stayed on this job long enough. Could it be the right time for me to leave? Because as I'm writing this test, I realize that I've been here because I didn't think of any other options. But now that I'm writing, preparing for this exam, looking through, remembering why I came into this place in the first place, I realized that I don't even want to be here anymore. I've been here because of salary. And right now, writing this test has made me realize this is the direction I want to go. So you might write the test, pass it and stay, and then start planning your exit. But the anger did not take you away from this process of questioning and introspection. And if you're not able to introspect, chances are you are on the way down to hell. And hell in context is the place you don't want to be. But you're angry. No. Can you imagine? I beg, I'm out. Then you get out, things are not working. They're not. And things might even work when you get out, and then you realize that you came out and you left certain things behind, but you can't go back to collect them. Because why? Maybe pride, maybe XYZ. Look, I've seen them. Not only have I heard of situations, I've seen them with my two naked eyes. That the anger did not allow introspection. So in justifying our anger and wanting to take rash decisions, how dare her, how dare him, how dare they, how dare this? Can you imagine this fool is now getting rich? Oh, what will God do? Wait, the fool that got rich, is it possible that the fool has done something you haven't done? Is it possible that that fool in their foolishness continued to serve the person that handed the what do you call it, the inheritance to them, just because that fool was always around them every day, greeting them, making sure they had tea to drink, and you were like, no, please, I didn't come to this organization to give anybody tea. Nobody says you should give tea, but just be nice, be kind, be friendly, show up. And then the fool now gets promoted, and you're wondering how. What? It happens every day on the job, and some of us are still tempted, and we fall into the trap of calling it politics and politricks. Whereas if we look at it with the lens of human relations, there are things we would do that would make us more endearing to the people we work with, that might give us opportunities. Be careful how you label things. I hear it a lot. And the persons who complain about it the most are the people who will never have the doors open until their minds change. Joyce, me, I'm not staying in this organization because I can't deal with all this politics and politics. And then I ask you a few questions like, this person next door, what's his favorite color? And you go, what's my business with his favorite color in the workplace? Just I came here to work. What the hell? Because you've not looked at it from the eye of human relations. You're calling it politricks. And guess who is being tricked out? You. You will change the way you think. You will change the way you label things negatively. You will change it in 2024. Before you are tempted to throw out, can you imagine, is it me they want to use to scrub the wall? You will wait and think, if I actually go through this process of scrubbing this floor, who would I have become? I would have become the woman who understands the theory and the practical. I would have seen whether the scrubbing of the floor works or doesn't work. That is who I would have become. That's the way winners think. Not, can you imagine, they want to make me mop. They want to use me mop ground. Just be careful, because we create the worlds by the words of our mouths. We create our worlds by the words of our mouth, and our words come from our introspection. Before you're so badly beaten by what you see, introspect. Please, 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 caveat. I am in no way saying that it is right for a fool to get rich or a prostitute to be voted the woman of the year or a janitor to become a boss or a girlfriend to replace a faithful wife. I am in no way saying that. Please, caveats. I am saying that if any of these situations happen around us and want to shake our foundations, like it says, these four things shake foundations. When it's about to shake your foundation, check how you can introspect and make this same situation work together for your good, if possible. Please. Who was it that told us a story years ago? I met her. I don't remember her name now. She spoke at AULO, African Women in Leadership Organization program in Uyo many years ago. And then I met her at Radisson Blue Ikeja sometime last year or 2 years ago. I don't remember her name, but I saw her and I said, "Ma'am, you spoke at AULO in 2000 and maybe that was 2011 or 12 or something. And I still remember the story you told. You told us the story of your mother. Your mother, your father came home one time and said to your mother that he was bringing in a second wife, and your mother's heart fell. She was just going to crumble. And I think she spoke to her own mom or someone else, and that person said, "Are you ready to leave him?" She said no. She doesn't want to leave him because of the children and this and that, and you know the drill. "So are you going to stay?" She said yes. "But how are you now going to stay to make it work for you?" She said that was what I think it was the grandmom that asked her mom, "How are you going to stay and make this same situation work for you?" I never forgot that story. It was so instructive that you can use the same situation to your advantage. She said she sat and she thought, and she said, "I would make the person my friend. And then I will share responsibilities in the home, giving her the responsibilities I don't want, but I will sell them to her on a platter." I'm paraphrasing. Ah, you see that thing they say diplomacy is knowing how to tell somebody go to hell and make them look forward to the trip. And so when the man actually brought in the second wife, this woman became her big sister and said, "This is how I have my darling husband. And would you allow me to share our responsibilities?" "Yes. This is how we are going to share the responsibilities. You will do this. I will do this. You will do this because you know you are the one that can something, something, something. I will do this because I'm the one that can. You will do this because this. You will do this first." And the woman's point, the point that this woman was trying to make was, it's not that my mom became happy and joyous, but she created a world for herself where she could operate. She created a world. And within years, she actually was all right. And my dad, the woman said, my father had greater respect for her to the point where he started doing things for my mother he had never done before because she created her world. Please, this is the point I'm trying to make. It's not about the wife situation. Should he have a second wife? No, 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 no. It is about the fact that she created her world amidst a situation that shook her foundation. So even when you are in a situation that will shake you to your foundations, be aware, be very aware that you can introspect and make decisions that will preserve you. Don't don't quickly resolve to, "Hey, I have died. Hey, they have killed me. Oh, hey, God, after I've served you." Stop it. Stop it. Stop dying every day. Start living. Hey, they stole my phone. I'm finished. Look, that's not going to be in the vocabulary of any of us anymore. The last time you died is the last time you will die. We cannot continue to die every day. "Hey, they have killed me. Can you imagine my tire burst? Hey, I can't travel again. I'm finished." Stop it. Please write it in the chat. Say stop it. Write your name and say stop it. Especially if you have been dying before. Stop dying. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You have the power to this. aside. See, we are more powerful than we think. Joyce, stop it. You are more powerful than you have ever acknowledged. Write it. I am more powerful than I have ever acknowledged. I can create the world I want. Wake up. Don't sleep. Don't play. Stop dying. Stop dying. And it's more than they finished me. Stop being finished. Verses 24 to 28. And please, I'm not trying to make light of any situation you've been through. No, I'm not in any way trying to make light of any situation that anybody has been through, how you have been dealt with. I'm not making light of it. I am telling you that you're stronger than it. The moment you agree that you are. There are 4 small creatures, wisest of the wise they are. Ants, frail as they are, get plenty of food in for the winter. Frail as they are, tiny as that salary, the person's salary is so small, earning only 50,000 a month, yet they have enough food even when there is hunger in the land. Number one, their philosophy is that hunger doesn't kill, so they don't attribute everything they earn to what they would eat. They eat 001 every day and they are fine. You've never heard them complain about it. Not the ones that will say, hey, God, Joyce, can you imagine me and my children every day, only 001, only 00. Stop it. Stop it. In fact, go and study the benefit of eating only once a day. You will see that there are numerous health benefits of eating only once a day. You will see that you're sitting on gold, but because someone has told you you must eat 3 times a day, you think you're missing out. When you understand the value of how your body is being regenerated by eating once, and how you are now amongst the top percentile of people who can achieve greatness in spite of hunger, you will know what you have. Ants, frail as they are, they get plenty food in the winter. People, little as they have, they're able to do much more. People shaking to their foundations, they're able to introspect and align. You are not so small. You are not as tiny as the ants. You're much more complex, made of more. Please adjust. They get plenty food in for the winter. Mammoths, vulnerable as they are, they manage to arrange for rock solid homes. We have been beaten and battered. We were raised in the way that there was no love. We were so vulnerable. My father was drunk. My mother was somebody. All the issues that happened with me. Oh, I was beaten up as a child. I was molested and all. They threw me out. I was this. I slept under the bridge. Vulnerable as they are, they managed to arrange for rock solid homes. Two people under the bridge, beaten by life. One says, because I was beaten so much by this life, I would give solace to people who have been beaten by life. Another one, because I was so beaten by this life, that's why I'm useless and I'm only smoking Igbo. You will choose. You will choose and arrange for your rock solid home in spite of your vulnerabilities. I'm here to challenge you. I am here to challenge you because we have examples of people all over the world who changed their worlds by their words, and the words came from their introspection. You will change your world. Low cost, leaderless. They have no leader. Yet they strip the field like an army regiment. They come in and they do their one. They have no good government. They have no democracy. Oh, they stole ballot box. They didn't steal ballot box. We have no leader. They didn't show us what to do. Yet you are showing up and doing your own bit every day like an army regiment. Nigeria wants to destroy us. The country where I live, they want to kill us. But I am creating a bubble within, and anybody who comes into this my bubble will live in the world that I have. Come on, we are going up. Come on, we are going up. Come on, we are going up. Come on. There is yet a well at the door. There is yet a well at the door. Come on, we are going up. Lizards, easy enough to catch, but they sneak past vigilant palace guards. You can catch them so easily with a trap, yet there is no establishment where you won't find them. Easy enough to catch, yet they sneak past vigilant palace guards. Easy enough to be destroyed, yet they've understood the rhymes and the readings of financial planning. Easy enough to be destroyed, yet they've understood the strategy of human relations. They've understood selling. They've understood closing. They've understood marketing. They've understood philanthropy. They've understood giving. They've understood loving. They've understood showing up. They've understood diligence and dedication. They've understood how to see trouble from a distance and become able to enter a crack and pass through. They've understood that it's not everything that beats you that you must allow kill you. They beat you, okay, nurse the wound and move up. Lizards, easy to catch. You were raised in a way that you should be easy to be destroyed. You have experienced life that you failed JAMB 3 times. You wrote JAMB or JAMB jammed you. You even got into school, you were expelled. Oh, look, there's nothing that you've gone through that cannot be recreated. I dare say, with all, I always say, when you hear somebody say with all due respect, it means they have no respect for it. With all due respect for all the situations you've been through in your life. Where was it? I saw somewhere the other day, not very recently though, someone who I think someone who was graduating, and she was graduating with her parents or her grandparents, father and grandfather and grandmother together also, or her dad and his sister. But there were these other 2 old people in their 80s who were also graduating with their grandchild for the first time, saying when they finished every other thing, they said, what is remaining? The things we had said we would do that we didn't do. One of those things was that we said we would go to school. So what else are we doing? From age 70 something or 60 something, they started going to school. And they went to school, finished, and graduated university, just so they know that I did it. I did it. I did it. That thing you said, look, there are so many, all of us, we all know, I know the ones that have held me, that have been whining. See, we can sneak past. And there are people sneaking past every day. They are there with us. And we are sneaking past some. We can continue to sneak past others. 4 dignitaries. 4 dignitaries. There are 3 solemn dignitaries, 4 that are impressive in their bearing. A lion, king of the beasts, deferring to none. Deferring to none. King of all. This is the person who no longer is learning to fish, but has bought the lake. Deferring to none. I am not going to refer and defer to the situations that I've gone through. I will take charge going forward. King of my destiny, as made by God in his image and likeness. I am the creator of my world. I have been given the power by him who has the power to give. Rooster, proud and strutting. Proud in this regard, not arrogant. Proud is acknowledging your strengths and your mights and showcasing them. Strutting. Never again will you, in 2024, never again in your life will you have something worth pride in and hide it. Your experiences, your wins, you will show them to the world and use them to position for more. Look, we have CVs, curriculum vitae, resume, where you put your best foot forward, is it not? You write all the wonderful things you have achieved. What? Why are you doing that? You're doing it. That's showing up with a sense of pride to say, with all these that I have achieved, I deserve to work with you in your organization. But when it's not written as CV, many of us like, please, oh, don't tell them, this will be pride. But you give a CV, you write CV to defend why you should be given an opportunity to be hired. You would need to tell the world why they should listen to you. The rooster does this, proud and strutting, showing up. Joyce, I don't want to show up on social media. I beg, I don't want to show up. Please let me just be here, manage this small one that God has given me. Made in his image and likeness. No. And you say, no, Joyce, is not for everybody. So why is it you? Say all fingers are not equal. Must you be the short finger? Why is it you that will be the short finger? And if you must be the short finger, then why are you short? Is it because you want to enter the inner part of the ear, or you just want to be short for being short sake? I say, but you know, all fingers are not equal. Yes, but must you be the thumb? And if you want to be the thumb, then you need to know why you are the thumb, because you're the one who can hold things together. Not that you just want to be small. Okay, why are you small? I don't know. I'm angry. I am angry because I'm seeing too many people, men by God, sitting set on a hill, but they're constantly trying to put buckets over themselves. I'm angry. If you must be the short finger, then tell me you know exactly why your purpose is the short finger, so you can get into places where this big finger cannot get into. Else, stop it. Stop it. There's nothing wrong with being the small finger or the short finger when you know why. And if you are only small because you think it's safe, please know very well that that one way, if you knock something, that one the pain pass. Stately, proud, strutting. This is the year of strutting. This is the year you go and do photo shoot you've been running away from. This is the year you will go and strut. The people that we give high and mighty seats at events and in life, is it because they were hidden under a rock? No, it's because they knew how to strut. You will learn strutting. I am that I am, the God of your father Abraham. I am the one that was who. Look, he knows how to strut, and he made me in his likeness. And you say you will not strut. Who is your father? Please, who are you that you are hiding as if you don't know where you came from? Stop it. It's not modesty, it is foolishness. And that ends in 2023. There is nothing modest about it. When you have been made a city and you're constantly trying to throw a blanket over you, that's not humility. That is foolishness. And that ends now. That ends now. Strutting is when, if you see the rooster, they walk like this. That's strutting. This is the year of strutting. You will learn how to strut. You will learn how to walk. And it's not about pepper demo. I hate that. Who do you want to pepper? Are you stew? Are you soup that you're trying to pepper somebody? No, you will strut in a way that people say, I like the way I want to strut like I strut. One of the reasons why you came here is because I strut. Yes. Joyce, I like the way she speaks. Oh, Joyce, I like the way she showed. Oh, I go on her Instagram page. That's strutting. And that's why you came. So stop saying, oh, I don't want to walk like this. They will now say, am I trying to make yanga? If you make yanga unko, okay, if you make yanga unko, yeah, you will know who you are this year and you will show up as a. The worst thing that can happen to you is not know your identity. You will strut this year. You will strut. When you get into that hall, you will ask, are those seats reserved for anyone in particular? And they say, no, you will go and sit in front. You see this, your bad behavior of sitting at the back. Because by the time we drill down to the reason why you like sitting at the back, we will be shocked at what we will find out. You want to sit at the back so they will not find you to ask you questions, so that they will not embarrass you. Why are you embarrassed when they ask you a question you know? Enough of this nonsense. No, Joyce, me, I just like to study back. Let nobody notice me. Why? Why? You don't have value to give? Why? Why are you sitting at that back? You will question. you will question the reason why you sit at the back. If it is false humility that is making you sit there, just keep me. And blessings have not found you, but you have been saying it for so many years. Let them just leave me in this corner. Leave me in this corner. Why are they leaving you a corner, city set on a hill, but you are bringing down the city to a corner? Stop it. There's nothing wrong with sitting at the back if you came late. There's nothing wrong with sitting at the back if your thoughts tear. There's nothing wrong with sitting at the back if it's near the toilet and you know you have running stomach. But if you're going to sit at the back, you better give me good reason. Reason that is cogent, verifiable, and good for your destiny. Not nonsense reason that has no addition to your life. Just for, well, let me sit at the back, I don't want to be called attention. All these people. Stop that. Stop that. This year is our year of stately procession. Stately. You will be seen where kings are seen. He said, you will stand before kings and not mean men. Do you know what many of us have interpreted, including myself? I used to look at it as, I will stand before king means I will be a servant in the place of a king. No, it means I will be a king right there with other kings. King to king. I sit, you sit, you sit, I sit. King to king. We'll be owners of the lake. No more, let me just show up. And let me just sit in one corner. See, that's done. Nobody gets full reward for being in the corner. It has never happened. Please show me that person. Even Ecclesiastes says that there was that wise man who came and told them, gave them strategy that they used to win. But because he was in one corner, everybody forgot him. Oh, please, let's close. We're standing king to king. This year, 2024, you will struggle. You will struggle. Tomorrow, we have a dear sister who is coming to speak. Ayayi Eneli Fubara Eneli. She's coming to speak to us tomorrow, where we're dissecting Proverbs 31. It. Ayayi will be here tomorrow. We'll be dissecting Proverbs 31. Ayayi, I look forward to introducing her to us tomorrow, and we'll have such a fantastic time together. See, we're going up, only up. We're going only up. We're going up. For those of us who are interested in Wiser Day Live, the live event where we're going to be together on Saturday, the 13th of January. By now, in the group, there will be a form. In the WhatsApp group, there will be a form where you can fill to show interest. We want to plan properly, so we need to know those who are interested. If you have paid or you haven't paid, please fill that form so we know what we are planning with. Please fill that form. Details to pay will be put in there. Details of what to expect will be put in there. We've confirmed 3 of our speakers, myself, Tumeninu Adepoju, and Ella Omachi. 2 of them have spoken at Wiser this year. They're coming with fire to give us exact ways to implement some of the things that we have been inspired by. The final speaker I will confirm today. I pray he can make it. I will get his confirmation today. If he does say he can make it, we'll be glad to announce him later today. And if he cannot make it, guess what? We will still win. We'll find a way to rope him in somehow, Sha. We'll find a way to rope him in. And if you're not already on the WhatsApp group, immediately after we go live, there will be a comment on the there will be a comment on the broadcast. Just when we go live, when we end the live stream, just wait. We'll put a comment there that will give us the phone number you can reach to join the WhatsApp group, and we will pin it. So anybody who is watching, even in the replay, you will have the details there. You can fill the form. You can join from anywhere in the world. There'll be payment details that you can use from anywhere in the world, because we're not sleeping anymore. We are woke. We are what? We are woke. I love you so much. And if there's one thing I want this year amongst many others, it's to hear your testimonials by December 2024 and say, I want to hear testimonials like, for the first time in my life, I did. For the first time in my life, I got. Finally, after how many years I saw, after all the planning I did, I got to, I achieved, I made it. We will look more like what we were created to look like. Yeah. Enough of feeling sorry for ourselves and all the things that have happened to us. And then you see, see you tomorrow. I love you so much. Bye for now.